Don't give up, you know it's true. Gotta do what you wanna do.
Hello, let's do the business section of 30th of August. There's quite a few things. Let's start with the one that says MRF targets Perfinza at luxury cars. Okay, beautiful name, isn't it? Perfinza. So what is this? See, the luxury car segment is a small segment, but it's growing quite a bit. You know, in India, we don't have a big percentage of luxury car segment, okay, but we do have in a very small way, and that small percentage is growing. Okay, so now this particular space is something which is open for everyone, and now MRF wants to get into this segment also. So that is how it is introduced. Perfinza luxury car tires. So these car tires are entirely made in India. Okay, so let's see what is a replacement market. Okay, because it's an economic term that you have to be having very good clarity about, like I always keep saying. Now MRF gets its maximum revenue, gets its maximum income or money from this replacement market. So what is a replacement market? It's simple. Replacing of factory tires, factory manufactured or factory installed tires by new tires in a new car is called as the replacement market. Okay, so for example, what happens is the tire in a new car, let's take a new car, and the tires have gone worn out. Okay, it's become deformed, it's become bad. So what happens is MRF will supply the tires which are new to this car, and that is the market which is called as replacement market. Okay, now that is the major income, that is where the major income of MRF is coming from. There is another area, the rest of the income or the revenue is coming for MRF from. Okay, so that is the OEM, that is the original equipment manufacturers. Okay, so what is an original equipment manufacturer? So for example, let's take BMW. It's a German company, one of my favorite brands. Okay, Germany for cars is the Angelina Jolie for heroines in Hollywood. Okay, so we have BMW always recommending Michelin. You would have seen that cute man, white color cute man, that's the logo for Michelin tires. So BMW recommends Michelin to make tires according to BMW's specifications. You got that? So there is one company, the mother company, which recommends another company to make certain products for the mother company according to their specifications. Okay, so this process or this particular manufacturer or company is called as the original equipment manufacturer. For example, I said Michelin. Michelin company is just, it may have a very cute man for the logo, but it's a big time company, because you know they do Grand Prix, they supply for Grand Prix and F1 races and stuff like that. So you know, you should be aware of all these facts. Generally, for just using it anywhere, you need for your answers in names. Okay, so now that you know Germany makes all the luxury cars which are famous, the three big time cars, be it Mercedes, be it Audi, or be it BMW, all the three are being made from Germany. Okay, so Germany, I told you, it is the Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie of cars. Now, and even Porsche, Volkswagen, the list just goes on and on. Okay, so that particular country has just said that this Perfinza luxury car tires is really good. It's given the technical approval, so that's a big thing for India. Now, I told you what is an OEM, as the original equipment manufacturer, and I told you about what is a replacement market also. So you need three stuff, and you know what is the green tire technology, the silica green tire technology as well. So we've seen all this, and the CEO of MRF has said, despite all these initial hiccups or hurdles that they faced because of the GST, the imposition of GST, the shifting of the regime, the GST regime, goods and taxes, services taxes, has led to a lot of hurdles, right? But when it comes to automobile segment, especially the luxury car segment, the CEO of MRF has said that it is pretty much good. It's picking up. Okay, so that is the scenario as of now. Okay, the The next news is that, see, the Center to unveil future-ready industrial policy in October. Okay, in the month of October, they're going to unveil future-ready industrial policy. So this announcement is made by Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, the Minister of Commerce and Industry. Okay, so what is there in it? See, the measures that are going to be there inside this particular policy revolves around, first one is smart technology. Okay, smart technology. Then you have Internet of Things, that is IoT. Then artificial intelligence and robotics. So what are the things I told you? Smart technology, then IoT, that is Internet of Things, then robotics and artificial intelligence. Okay, so I will tell you what is IoT, that is Internet of Things. Internet of Things is just very simple. It is a device, any device, like actually enabling as much as devices as we can with an on and off switch. Okay, just like we have the cell phones, just like we have the smart TV and other equipment like the internet radio devices, etc. These are the things that we just switch it on with one button and switch it off with the same button, right? So this kind of technology has to be incorporated in different maximum number of devices. So this is Internet of Things, IoT. So I always told you, you have to use all these economic terms which are being repeated in these editorial section and the economic section of the Hindu newspaper. So you know what is IoT, right? Then I told you smart technology is going to be used. Then you're going to use a lot of robotics under this policy, and there will be enough use of artificial intelligence. Okay, so this reminds me of one thing which is happening in Chennai. This I've covered in the other video also, that they are using robots. Okay, they're using these small robots in a few banks in Chennai. So that robot is like, you know, this big. You know, this is the size of the robot. It is like, you know, it has red color, it has silver and a bit of white. It is so small with a round cute face and all that. It just looks so adorable. And he is there. So if you go to the bank, you know, you go to the bank and you give him the money, right, for the transactions. So he's there. What he does is he is actually recognizing you. He recognizes you. He recognizes you. Can you believe that? And then he's going to collect the money that you're going to give to him. He'll count it, okay? He'll count it and he'll keep it with himself and he'll maintain the records. If you go again to the same bank, he will recognize you. He knows you. Isn't that cute? It's like the film now of Will Smith. Sunny will be the artificial intelligence robot. And what was that name? iRobot movie. So it's like that. I wish they bring it in Delhi as well. But under this particular policy, that is the future ready industrial policy, these are the things that they want to do. They literally want to use a lot of robotics. They want to bring artificial intelligence into it and use IoT, I told you, and smart technology. Okay, so these are things that they are going to do under this. And now, see, under this policy, they are going to subsume. What is subsume? Subsume is like bring another thing into this thing and make it together. Okay, they're going to subsume a policy which was there, which was introduced in the previous government, the Congress government which was there, introduced a policy called as the National Manufacturing Policy. Okay, so National Manufacturing Policy is going to be subsumed or joined with this particular new future ready industrial policy. So as we already know, what we want to do in India right now is go a lot digital. We want to go to the digital way, and we want to manufacture a lot of things inside India under the Make in India campaign, isn't it? So the manufacturing has to be really increased. So the policy which was there already existing is going to be subsumed with the policy of now, which is called as a future ready industrial policy, which is going to be unveiled or started or launched by October. Now, if you have, as citizens of India, if you have any suggestions, if you have things that you think would add to the betterment of this particular policy, they are welcoming your views and ideas till September 25th. Yeah, till the 25th of September, your opinions and valuable comments and additions or whatever it is are welcome. You can write to them. So do that, and then see, the consultations of these things are going to happen in Chennai, Guwahati and Mumbai. Okay, so there'll be lots of stakeholders, shareholders who would like to invest in this, and there'll be think tanks, and there'll be other organizations which will be of help in making this policy a big success. So there will be lots of discussions around these areas. Now, coming to the national manufacturing policy that I said, which was the Congress policy, it had the aim of increasing the percentage of GDP from the manufacturing sector. What is GDP? The gross domestic product. I have already told you. Just to say it very fast, all the stuff which is manufactured inside the premises or inside the territory of India or any particular country is called as the gross domestic product, or the GDP. Okay, so in that, the share of the manufacturing sector, will have a particular percentage which will be inside the GDP, right? Whatever is produced, there will be the manufacturing sector which produces a certain percentage of goods, right? So that has to be increased. That particular percentage has to be increased from 16% to 25% by the end of 2020. Okay, so this was the aim of national manufacturing policy of the previous government, that's the Congress government. So this particular policy, this particular policy is going to be subsumed or joined with our new future ready industrial policy, which will be launched in October. Okay, so now let us see the outcomes of this policy. So now DIPP, right, the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. This is the nodal agency of this policy. The new future ready industrial policy is going to come under this department. Okay, and now the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion comes under which ministry? I've already told in the other videos of mine. So this question, that is which ministry and which department is under what, it comes under which ministry, which department is under which ministry, so which department comes under which ministry is a very important question. You would have seen it in my other videos, and also you can just check with the 10 years question paper, because this is a repetitive question. Okay, all the time you will have. Now let's just move on to the aims or the objectives of this particular policy, because this is also a very important question, repeated question, which comes all the time. Every single year almost you have this question. Okay, about a policy, a particular policy will be given, and you will have 4 different options as to these are the aims or objectives of the government policy. Okay, and you will have to decide which one is the correct answer, which all are the correct answers. You get it? There'll be 4 options, and most probably 3 will be correct. So you have to figure out which the wrong one is. So for that you need complete clarity as to what the policy aims. Okay, so this particular policy that we're dealing with is Future Ready Industrial Policy, which will be unveiled this come October. So what are the things that we are aiming at? What is the government aiming at with this particular policy? India has to raise the bar and get into connection with the Fortune 500 companies. Okay, increasing of the number of global Indian firms in the Fortune 500 list. So Fortune 500 list or Fortune 1000 list is a big list. It's a very renowned list. And what does this mean? Basically, it means that these companies do not make much of losses. This is a very bankable company, like wherein you make the investments, the shareholders or the stakeholders are very much happy to invest in these kind of companies. Okay, so that's what this means. And just like we did a bit of stuff about the Infosys problem, the problems which is being faced, the tiff that is being faced inside the Infosys company, and the CEO has resigned, right? He has resigned, and there's a lot of problem because of that, and because of which the share, the stock, the value of the stock or the value of the share or the equity has really dropped, isn't it? So there was this article about the Infosys problem. So what is this? Infosys is a company which is not like the Fortune 500 companies now. Why? Because it's not that bankable, because the shares have dropped, the value has dropped, and people would not want to just go and invest in these sort of companies. So Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 companies are really bankable companies in which we want to increase our presence. Okay, so this is one thing. Then next comes the FDI, that is the foreign direct investments that we have inside India, and the foreign direct investments that go outside India has to be made more. We are looking into some $100 billion flow of FDI inside India under this particular policy. Okay, $100 billion. This is what we're looking at as FDI to flow inside India. And we are looking into major investments going out of India in the form of foreign direct investments, that is FDI, to make global presence around the world. Okay, so this is one of the aims or objectives under the new industrial policy. Now, what is an FDI? So if ever you have problems with the basics, it's just simple. FDI is foreign direct investment. See, as the name suggests, it's very simple. Foreign countries, foreign directly come and invest into India. Okay, so there is always this confusion for people as to what is an FDI and how is it different from an FII. So FII is nothing, it's foreign institutional investment. It has another name also, it is called as the portfolio investment. Okay, so there are two things. One is the FDI, the other one is the FII, which is also known as the portfolio investment. Now, what is the difference between the two? See, FDI, just remember one key word. It means more control over the ownership. Okay, ownership terms are very strict, and it is more, and it's more controlling. So what does this mean? A foreign country which does FDI, which brings in foreign direct investment inside India, will have major control over the company which is in India, in which it is investing. It's FDI, foreign direct investment. So you know FDI, right? So you obviously know the opposite holds good for FII, or the portfolio investment. Okay, so always when there is a difference, there is a small trick. Just remember one thing. Okay, if you remember one thing, the other one obviously becomes the opposite, and you know what it is. Okay, so as of now, this is how it is. And if you want to know more about what an FDI and FII is, if you need more clarity, I'll be making a separate video on what these static portions are, so you can refer. Okay, it will be up in a few days. Okay, you will get the notification. Please subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss anything that comes up regularly. Okay, now, so we did the first point. The first point is that Indian firms are going to increase their presence globally by inviting a lot of FDI. Close to $100 billion is what we are looking at getting inside India, and the FDI which will be going outside India will make the presence of India felt in the global market. So this is what the first aim or objective that we have under this particular policy, manufacturing policy. Now, next one is to address the problem of job creation. Okay, job creation is one of the major problems that Indian economy has been facing for quite some time now. So we are looking into that. More jobs created.